Welcome back, everyone, to FSU Broncos Sports Network. We are here at Lamont Street watching the Broncos of Fayetteville State University take on St. Andrews University Knights. Pitching for the Broncos here at the start of the first inning second matchup is Ashlyn Zook.
Number 22 from
Ottumwa, Ohio, Iowa. She's a sophomore. She just collected her first out of the first inning.
Number 7, Rachel Swartwood.
And stepping in the left batter's box for the Knights is Rachel Swartwood.
Number 1, Rachel Swartwood.
and that's a strike two, ball one for Miss Ash.
It's from Ashlyn Zook. In the batter's box is Rachel Swartwood.
Nice shot.
Oh, great effort. Great effort from left fielder trying to chase down a pop fly from Swartwood. Is all right, so they're going to try that again. It's not going to count for anything. She's back in the batter's box, and Zook is pitching. She's going to get a piece of that, and she's out at first base. That's 2 outs so far from Ms. Zook. No points for the Knights. Stepping into the batter's box for the Knights is number 7, Miss Brennan
Picks up the bat,
Broadwood.
playing shortstop. Number 7, Brenna Broadway.
And that last out was from Carpenter, Mallory Carpenter, to Nia Stevens.
Ah, nice. And that will be an out for Bronco as well.
3 up, 3 down.
Nice start. Nice start. Strong. We see number 22 for Bronco. Ms. Zook coming in really strong. So we hope the game continue like that throughout.
Absolutely, we're off to a good start. No points given up, no errors. Really simple single hits. We had a pop fly to the left field. We had the left fielder over there chasing it down, so she's giving all she got, effort, fresh legs. We're off to a good start, Josanne. What do you think?
Honestly, I think it's a good start for the Broncos. Broncos is really looking up at this point in time. I think that Ms. Zook is kind of giving the team a little more confidence this season or this time. And I just want to see what Bronco has in store for us. So we're hoping to get some scores on the board. For the Broncos, we're looking to get some home runs.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. But I want to talk about the defensive lineup that the Knights is about to give the Broncos. We have in right field, Asiana Trujillo wearing jersey number 16. Cassie Fortner wearing jersey number 12 is at center field. Rachel Swartwood is in the left field. Third base is Lily Pinto. Shortstop is Brennan Broadway. Second base is Nikki Santiago. First base is Lexi Dawson. Catcher is Lucy Trujillo. And pitcher is S.K. Brown. So we're seeing Brown return to the pitcher's mound. And then we've got a little mix-up for the Broncos, seeing Ashlyn Zook and seeing what she has. So we've got a little comparison going on so far. We've seen Madison
Yeah,
Mendoza. We started out in the first game for the Knights with Molly Phillips. So we're seeing a nice little mix-up here of the pitchers and what they have to bring to the softball game tonight. And unfortunately, it started raining again, so that's a drag. But as long as they keep up the momentum and keep up the energy, they should do okay.
Yep. And up for the Broncos is number 9, Miss Melanie Carpenter.
Mallory Carpenter. She's a utility player, freshman for the Broncos. She's from Emmer, Isle, North Carolina. She graduated from Croatan High School. Ooh, that looked like contact from SK Brown. Okay, okay, excuse me, not contact. Um, but that went to the left side of Carpenter. And she's actually going to get a piece of that right on the end of the bat to right field. Asiana Trujillo is going to catch that pop fly. And that is the first out for the Broncos. And that out is Mallory Carpenter. She's going to go back to the dugout and stepping into the batter's box. For the Broncos is number 4, Cheyenne Ingram. She plays center field for the Broncos. She is a freshman from Sanford, North Carolina. All right, so she's trying to bunt up against SK Brown's pitch, and then we see the third baseman for the Knights, number 25, running in to make sure that she's covering that. That's Lily Pinto. We got another bunt attempt, so she is going to go for it. And she may be doing a mix-up. Maybe she'll start out bunting while the count is low. She has 2 strikes, no balls. And then maybe she'll switch it up to a serious swing. Too high for Miss Ingram. That's a ball from SK Brown.
As
All
you
right,
said.
that's the pop fly. And I think shortstop is going to get that. That's Nikki Santiago.
She tried to get it in.
She did. Great effort. Great effort. Good connection.
Good swing.
Next up
And she was
to bat
waiting
the
for the right
Broncos
moment,
catching
but that moment wasn't
42,
really right for her.
Madison
But let's see what number 42 for Bronco, Miss Mendoza, is actually in.
Yep.
Miss Mendoza is actually from Apple Valley, California.
Nice hit from Mendoza. It's right in between first base and second base. She's going to make it into first base safely. So we got a single from Mendoza to start off the first inning. Broncos offense. Gearing up to step into the batter's box for the Broncos, number 17, Nikki Brown, right fielder.
Next up for the Broncos, playing right field, number 17, Nikki Brown.
That's a strike from Brown. Nikki Brown is batting 44%. That's a pop fly. Is going to go behind us. So she's going to get another chance at bat. Right now she has 2 strikes. It's going to be too high for Brown. Count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. SK Brown sending something else down. It's too close.
And that's a strike.
That's going to be a strikeout. Nikki Brown's going to go back to the dugout, and we're going to switch everything out. We finished that inning with 0 ones, 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 left on base. Coming back into the field for the Broncos, Cheyenne Ingram at center field, Alex White at left field, Nikki Brown at right field, Michaela Jackson at third base, Grace Vincent at shortstop, Mallory Carpenter at second base, Nia Stevens at first base, Madison Mendoza's catching, and Ashlyn Zook is pitching for the Broncos. Here, right? here, here. Okay, here, here. Gotcha. Alrighty, so we are here at the top of the second. Scores now 0 Knights, 0 Broncos.
0.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Bronco has started off really strong, and Miss Zook, number 22, has really given them that confidence, and I hope that they carry it throughout the game today for the Broncos.
That oomph that they need.
Yeah.
Leading off the inning for the Knights, playing second base, number 17, Nikki Santiago.
All right, so in the batter's box for the Knights, second baseman Nikki Santiago. She's actually in the left side of the batter's box. She's left-handed. She's gonna get that first hit into the fence on the left side of the field, and that's gonna be her first strike. And that was sent down by number 22, Ashlyn Zook. So far in the count, there's 1 ball, 1 strike. Too high for Santiago. 2 balls, 1 strike. That looked like a strike to me, but it's called as a ball, so the count is 3-1. That's a strike. Count is now loaded, 3-2. Wow, she got a piece of it. Wow. Shortstop stretching out across the field to first base. Santiago's going to be called safe for first. How you feel?
I feel like they're getting warm up, Bronco. They are getting warm. The fielders, actually, I should say.
Okay.
Miss Zook is actually on it, but the fielders are
Next
now
up
getting
to
warm
bat,
up.
playing center field, number 12.
So
Cassie
she's
Fortner.
hitting short balls to get in those first, second, and third base. I think that's what their strategy is now. So I see the Bronco coach is actually walking on the field.
And that was actually a throw from shortstop Grace Vincent to Nia Stevens, who's on the first plate with Nikki Santiago. Nikki Santiago is going to go ahead and make her way around to second base. She's going to have to go back. It's not going to count for anything. Cassie Fortner is going to step back into the batter's box, and Zook is saying it's a ball from Zook. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's another ball from Zook. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nice. Straight down the center, and that's a catch from Cheyenne Ingram.
Yes.
First out for the Broncos.
Next up to bat for the Knights, playing first base, number 30, Lexi Dawson.
All right, and for the Knights in the right batter's box, batting left-handed, number 30, Lexi Dawson, first baseman for the Knights. She's going to look all the way to that first strike. She's got a single hit. Going to go to first base. Go ahead and take care of Dawson.
Yep.
Nikki Santiago.
So I realized that
mound,
their hits are
number
short
0,
hits.
S.K. Brown.
They are not really looking to go out as much. They're hitting short because they want to reach to first, or second, and third base.
Well, the issue with putting the ball in the air is it makes it easier to catch. Pop flies, I love pop flies back in the day because, I mean, they're easy. You know, all you got to do is make sure you get up underneath the ball, looking at the ball, and it should go straight to your mitt, and that's an easy out. The fundamental to softball would be to keep it on the ground. We've got a little bit of a line drive in between right field and center. Nikki Brown's going to give it up to Mallory Carpenter. And that's a run for the Knights by Lexi Dawson. Nikki Santiago actually got out at second base.
Next up to bat at third base, number 25, Lucy Pinto.
So S.K. Brown actually got a single to right field, and she batted in Dawson. She's going to stay on first base and prepare for a hit from Lily Pinto, who's in the batter's box for the Knights. Really getting a piece of it. Look like it's going to go down the left field line. All right, so count right now from Zook is 1 ball, 1 strike. S.K. Brown waiting on something, some type of action from Lily Pinto, the third baseman for the Knights. All right, so we got 2 balls, 1 strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, excuse me. Quick update. 3 balls, 1 strike. That's a strike.
You could see it, right? Mizuka is getting in. She's getting her groove back.
Oh, yeah.
She's taking her time. She's monitoring. She's focused.
Fully loaded count, 3-2.
Ooh. And that will be out of bounds.
Pinto's going to go for it. Get a piece of it. It's out of bounds. So she gets another bat at it.
And that's a strike. Oh, no. That's a
Walk.
The score is at Guess 1, Broncos 0.
Next up to bat, designated hitter, number 52, Stevie Holland.
Stevie Hall is from Oak Ridge, North Carolina.
And she is the designated hitter for the Knights. Wearing jersey number 52. So we got second base and first base occupied by S.K. Brown and Lily Pinto for the Knights. Score is now 1-0, so they do have 1 point over the Broncos. So far, no action from the designated hitter, Stevie Holland. 2 balls, no strikes from Zook. Nice. strike from Zook. Nice wind up. That looked good. All right, so Holland's going to give it up straight to Zook. Zook's going to slow roll it to first base, and that's going to be a fundamental third out. Broncos and Knights going to switch out. Knights going to go ahead and get on defense with Asiana Trujillo at right field, Cassie Fortner at center, Rachel Swartwood at left, Lily Pinto at third, Brennan Broadway at shortstop, Nikki Santiago is playing second base, first base, Lexi Dawson, Lucy Trujillo is catching, and SK Brown is still pitching for the Knights. We're going to finish that last inning with 1 run, 2 hits, 0 errors, and 2 Broncos left on base. Two Knights left on base.
But Broncos started off strong. And I really cannot wait to see what they have in store for the bottom, because we need some scores for the Broncos this time. The first game wasn't that, I should say, 11-4.
11-4 was how they finished the first game.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So now we need to change and make Bronco become 11-4 for Knights.
Absolutely.
So I really hope that Bronco comes out, and get that pace going batting wise. I mean, for defense, bowling, Zook is doing a really good job, keeping the standards, keeping low runs. So let's hope that the Bronco pride rubs off.
Absolutely.
Get those runs in.
So the lineup for the Broncos so far is shortstop. Number 12 is going to be entering the batter's box first. For the Broncos, Grace Vincent. She's averaging 11% from the batter's box. And behind her is going to be Michaela Jackson playing third base, wearing jersey number 5. She bats 12%. And then the third Bronco to enter the box will be Alex White. And so far from SK Brown, we've got 1 strike sent down to Grace Vincent. Nice ground hit from Vincent. She's going to be safe to first base.
Nice start. Strong.
Great. That girl was moving.
Yeah, she was.
She was getting down there. She had a really good ground hit. A little bit to the right of the third baseman, who is Lily Pinto. So that was a really good fundamental ground hit from her.
Next up to bat for the Broncos, playing third base, number 5, Michaela Jackson.
Up for Broncos, number 5, Michaela Jackson. She is from Spring Lake, North Carolina, and she came from Overhill High School.
All right, so that's going to be a pop fly from Miss Jackson. Casey Fortner chased that down. That's going to be the first out for the Knights. Entering the batter's box for the Broncos, Alex White. She's playing left field for the Broncos. She's going to bunt. It's going to be no good. But she looked like she really wanted that. You know, you can feel that upstairs.
Yeah.
She wanted that. So far, she has Grace Vincent, who she's trying to bring home on first base. Inside from SK Brown, that's going to be a ball. Right now, the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. And SK Brown has a record of 2 wins, 5 losses.
Ooh.
Her games pitched is 10. Her games played is 10. Her GS is game started. Her game started is 8. And that is for Miss SK Brown.
Nice shot.
Ah, nice
That's
shot to the left
left,
side of the
but it's
field,
out
right
of
over
bounds.
third base. Right, it is gonna be out of bounds, Josanne.
I'm getting a hang of this.
Mhm. Gosh, you can see Alex White's determination from up here. I
Yep.
mean, everything that she hits, you can tell she really wants to take care of business, and get on base. You can see it. Her count right now is 2 strikes, 1 ball. She's gonna get that, and all the Knights ran in to make sure that they got that pop fly from her, and it's actually gonna go to SK Brown. She's gonna get that out, so that's 2 outs for the Knights. So far, they have one over the Broncos, 0. And next up the bat for the Broncos is the first baseman, Nia Stevens. She averages 20% from the batter's box.
Next up to bat for the Broncos, playing first base, number 7, Nia Stevens.
It's gonna be to the left a little bit from SK Brown. It's gonna be the first ball. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike. All right, so good connection, wrong direction from Nia Stevens. It's gonna be the first ball, 2nd strike. She actually averages a 200 from the batter's box. And she's on the left side, so I mean she's on the right side, so she's left-handed. She's gonna get a piece of that. It's gonna be way out of bounds into the left side of the field. Heads up to all the Broncos and Knights out here to support. All right, so they're gonna call that a strikeout for Miss Stevens, and that's the 3rd out for the Knights. I'm gonna switch it up. Broncos gonna take defense. Knights gonna take offense. And defending for the Broncos, left field, Alex White. Center field, Cheyenne Ingram. Right field, Nikki Brown. Third baseman, Michaela Jackson. Shortstops, Grace Vincent. Mallory Carpenter's at second base. Nikki Stevens is at first base. Madison Mendoza is catching, and Ashlyn Zook is pitching for the Broncos. We ended that last inning with 0 runs, 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 Bronco left on base.
Leading off this inning for the Knights, number 16, Alex Trujillo.
All right, and right fielder for the Knights, Ashiana Trujillo, is going to start things off. That's a ball, strike for Ms. Zook.
And that's a hit for number 16.
Hmm.
And she is safe. She actually get a first
She's gonna get a double hit. So she's gonna stop at second
second
base.
base.
And that was a nice hit over there to the left field, almost
Next
right
up,
over
number one,
Michaela Jackson
Rachel
and Grace
Swartwood.
Vincent. Wow. All right, so I want to update you guys. Rachel Swartwood just got a nice hit. She's gonna get to first, and no one is there to protect second base, so she's actually gonna continue on to second base.
Next up for the Knights, number 7, Brennan Broadway.
So Trujillo is there at third. And Rachel Swartwood is there on
Second.
second. Brennan Broadway is in the batter's box and is way left out of bounds from Broadway. Brennan Broadway is 0-1 on the go. All right, her count is stacked against her with 2 strikes from Zook. Straight past the pitcher's left shoulder.
And that is going to be
A
a
line drive and 3 runs,
Runs.
and Broadway pumps the brakes at second base. Scores now 3-0 here in the third inning.
the Knights at lead.
Hmm.
As the Bronco recuperate and talk to each other.
Hmm.
I think that is what they need at this point in time. They started off with full confidence. And I hope they end with full confidence as well.
Yes.
Next up for the Knights, number 17, Nikki Santiago.
All right, so Nikki Santiago enters the right batter's box, batting left-handed, 1-1. She is the second baseman for the Knights. So far at bat, Ashlyn Zook has pitched her 1 ball. Santiago getting a piece of that at the end of the bat. It's going to roll down the left field line out of bounds. Counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. Score is 3-0 Knights.
That one was a little too high by Mizuk.
Counts 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Santiago putting it way up in the air. Broncos chasing it down. They're going to miss the pop fly. And that's all right because it was out of bounds. So had it been a caught pop fly, even out of bounds, it still would have been an out for them.
Okay.
But they're gonna miss that opportunity. Nikki Santiago is gonna go again at bat, and Zook says strikeout.
Next up to bat for the Knights, number 12, Cassie Fortner.
All right, and so that is Zook's second out. Second out for the Broncos. She's now pitching to Cassie Fortner, center fielder for the Knights. One ball for Zook. Fortner has Broadway waiting for her on second base. Knights have one out. Broncos have one out.
Strike one.
Tight strike. They're going to try to chase down Broadway. She's safe at third. So we got a stolen base from Broadway. She's now on third base. We got a bunt from Fortner. Broadway's going to run in safe. And Fortner's there on first base. Score is 4-0. One out for the Broncos. Gearing up to step in the batter's box for the Knights is Lexi Dawson, the first baseman. She's 0-0 on the go.
And
another stolen base from Cassie Fortner from first to second. She didn't waste any time. First swing at the bat. First swing at the ball from Lexi Dawson, and she was making tracks from first base to second base. How you feel about that, Josanne?
I feel like, and I'm seeing that they're, oh my goodness. I'm so looking at the play. I'm so intense with the play.
No. I understand. So that was an out that we just watched.
Yeah, that was an out.
Almost a pickle situation for Fortner, but she's going to make it to third base safely.
S.K. Brown.
And I'm listening.
So we have two outs.
Mm-hmm. And right now, the pitcher for the Knights just put up a pop fly to right field. Nikki Brown fumbles the ball. Number 12 is going to run in Fortner for the Knights. Score is 5-0. And Brown is on first base. I'm still waiting for you to tell me something.
I want to. I'm very. I want Bronco to get back that same confidence he started with.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm seeing it from the pitcher. I am seeing it, but I need the rest of the team to be aligned with the pitcher.
Okay.
And I'm not seeing that from the team.
I understand. That's a strike send down from Zook. Maybe she can change things right here, Josanne.
I hope she can.
Score is 5-0. S.K. Brown sitting on first base, waiting on Lily Pinto to do something with Zook. Zook says, we got a grounder. Oh, overthrow from Grace. Brown making her way to third base, and Pinto's now on first base. I feel like we're a little excited.
Now up to bat for
We're
the Knights,
overthrowing a little bit.
52,
So
Stevie
as
Holland.
long as we can just we're in the right places. You understand what I'm saying? We're there.
Yes.
We just need to make sure that we keep our composure whenever the ball is in our hand and we deliver it to who the ball needs to get those outs.
Exactly.
But it seems like we're getting a little excited, so we overthrow the
True.
ball.
Yes,
I think they'll be
exactly.
okay though. We're in the third inning and the score is 5-0. The Knights have the lead, and Stevie Holland, the designated hitter wearing jersey number 52, is in the batter box for the Knights. Wow. Line drive right in between second. Shortstop and second. Running in is S.K. Brown. Third base is Lily Pinto. Ball's making his way back to Zook. Scores now 6. Knights, Broncos 0. The weather is not really helping here in Fayetteville, North Carolina at Lamone Street. It's very dreary
Now up to bat
outside.
for the Knights,
Um,
number 16.
it's not really drizzling
Linda
anymore, but
Trujillo.
it looks very cold. And I have to say, honestly, I'm happy that I'm not on the field. I'm very happy to be in dryness, in warm climate. Stepping into the batter's box for the Knights is right fielder Asiana Trujillo. And on the bases for the Knights is Lily Pinto. She's sitting on third base with Michaela Jackson defending for the Broncos, and Stevie Holland, designated hitter, just got substituted out, but she did a single hit to first base where Nia Stevens is playing defense for the Broncos.
And she's gonna try to steal that
Wow.
run.
They're going to get that. They're going to get that.
Yeah, they are.
So that was really good. That was an out, and running for designated hitter was Lucy Trujillo. She tried to steal first. She tried to steal second base from first,
Yeah.
and they got her. So that was good. 3 outs. Yes, 3 outs for the Broncos. Scores now 6-0. Broncos getting ready to take offense, and defending for the Knights is the same lineup, but right field has Trujillo, center field has Fortner, Swartwood is in left field, Pinto is on third base, Broadway's at shortstop, Santiago's playing second, Dawson's at first, Trujillo is catching for the Knights, and SK Brown is still pitching. The first to step in the batter's box for the Broncos will be number 1, who's a designated hitter, Tamaya Williams. All right, so hopefully the Broncos can get back this inning, or at least get on the board. We still got 4 innings left of play, but it would be nice to see the Broncos scoring, to see the Broncos playing their game here in their home court. This is the season opener, home opener here at Lamone Street. So if you're just now tuning in to FSU Broncos Sports Network, I'm Kiana Smith. I've been commentating here with Josanne John Durant, and the Broncos are down right now 6-0. They're down by the visiting team, St. Andrews University Knights, visiting from Laurinburg, North Carolina. And the weather is not too pretty outside. It's a little bit gloomy, but it's still good enough to get some softball action in. Broncos gonna return to the dugout, get ready to take care of business on offense, and the Knights are now in the field for defense.
Leading up this inning for the Broncos, designated hitter, number 1, Tamaya Williams.
All right, that's strike number 1 from SK Brown for Tamaya Williams, designated hitter for the Broncos. Too high for Williams. That's the first ball from SK Brown. Williams getting a piece of it, going down the right field line. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be the second strike, first ball. Too high, but Williams reached for it. She's going to strike out. At least she didn't strike out looking. That's going to send number 9, Mallory Carpenter, who has a 200 average, second baseman for the Broncos, into the batter's box. She's going to take a swing at it. First ball from S.K. Brown is too low for Carpenter.
Broncos, number 9, Mallory Carpenter.
Mallory got a big piece of that. It's going to go straight down center field and stay infield. That was a catch from shortstop Brendan Broadway. All right, so Cheyenne Ingram is getting ready to step into the batter's box. She plays center field for the Broncos. She's averaging a 300 bat. She's actually going to get a good, nice piece of the ball. It's going to go left field out of bounds. Out of play hit from Cheyenne Ingram. Counts now 1 ball, 1 strike. Score is still 6-0. That was low for Ingram, but she swung at it anyways. It's going to be the second strike. Counts 1-2. She's going to reach for that one. It's going to go down the left field line. I'm going to give her another crack at it. Count still 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's going to take that one too. It's going to go right over shortstop. It's going to be stopped by Rachel Swartwood. It's a missed ball. She's going to slide into second base. Safe. Nice for Cheyenne Ingram. She averages a 300. She's a center fieldman for the Broncos. Taking care of business. Here in this inning is where the Broncos need to score 6-0. We need to see something for the Broncos. 2 outs for the Knights.
Now up to bat for the Broncos, number 42, Madison.
Bottom of the third, S.K. Brown is about to have a conversation with Madison Mendoza as she enters the batter's box. Her average is 125 for the Broncos. Wow, nice. Cheyenne Ingram making tracks from second base to third base. She's going to be safe. Cheyenne Ingram putting the Broncos on her back, making her way around field. Madison putting one in the air. It's going to be a pop fly down center field. Cassie Fortin is going to chase it down, and that's 3 outs. Not enough to bring Ingram back home. All right, so we ended that bottom of the third with 0 ones, 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 Bronco left on base. Broncos are now going to assume the defensive position. Same lineup. Alex White's in left, Ingram center, Brown's right field. Michaela Jackson's on third. Grace Vincent is at shortstop. Carpenter's at second. Stevens is at first. Mendoza's catching. And Ashlyn Zook is pitching for the Broncos. And the first Knight to step in the batter's box for the Knights when we return is going to be Ashiana Trujillo. She's a right fielder wearing jersey number 16. She's 1-2. She's had a double this game, and she's on the go.
Call
Okay. Okay. So it's top when the starting team takes defense, and then bottom when the okay.
Leading up the inning
Okay.
for the Knights, number 16, Asazina Trujillo.
All right, so here we are at the top of the fourth inning. Zook is pitching to Asiana Trujillo. Score is 6-0. We had a double last inning from Cheyenne Ingram. Trujillo is 1-2 with a double and ground outs.
Back at the Broncos is number 22. Is Miss Zook as she steps on the plate to pitch a ball. And that's a strike.
Mm-hmm.
2 balls and 1 strike for Miss Zook.
All right, so that's the third ball, Josanne. 3 balls, 1 strike.
3 balls and 1 strike for Miss Zook.
Mm-hmm.
She looks really confident. She's monitoring. She is. It's like she's calculating. So we're gonna have a walk.
Yep, yep. Possible miscalculation there, Josanne.
Yeah. I really got really confidence in her. I still do have confidence in Miss Zook because I really think she's a great player,
Mm-hmm.
a really good bowler for the Broncos. Also, Miss Mendoza as well too for the Broncos. They're
Mm-hmm.
really good pitchers, and they have been doing a really good job.
Absolutely, and they show versatility too. Mendoza went from the pitcher's mound to catcher,
Yes.
and so
Now at the bat
same
for the
thing
Knights,
for
Carolyn
Alex
Ashley.
White, who went from catcher to left field. Stepping into the batter's box for the Knights is number 2, Carolyn Ashley. This is our first time seeing Carolyn. She is a freshman catcher and outfielder from Fuquay Varina. It looked like a player may have gotten hit or some type of collision from Grace. Okay, so that was a bit of a wild throw from Mendoza to Grace. And she actually caught Carolyn Ashley as she was making way from first base to second base. That is not Ashley. Ashley is right here at the batter's box. That is
Number 16.
all right, and that who just got hit by that miss throw or wild throw from the catcher was actually Ashiana Trujillo. So she's gonna stay on second base. And Swartwood has 1 ball so far in her count. Nice pop fly from Ashley. It's going to be caught from White. And Trujillo is going to make it safely from second base to third base. Gearing up to step into the batter's box for the Knights is number 7, Brennan Broadway.
Now up to bat, number 7, Brennan Broadway.
Broadway is 1 and 2 with 2 RBIs, a ground out, and a single bat. Hmm? Oh, sometimes, yeah. All right, so far we only have 1 out for the Broncos. Trujillo is at third base for the Knights, and shortstop Brennan Broadway is stepping into the batter's box. Wow, nice hit from Broadway. It's going to be right over second base. It's going to be stopped by Ingram.
Up to bat is number 22
That was
for Knights. That is Amanda Schaefer.
Now up to bat,
and that was Kiera Locklear, who just ran that in for the Knights. Score is now 7-0. We're still here at the top of the fourth. Broncos have 1 out, and stepping into the batter's box is going to be Schaefer, who you just mentioned, the second baseman for the Knights.
Yeah. I still impressed with Zook playing, actually. Are you not? And that
Okay.
will be a missed ball. It's okay. It's okay. Broncos getting back into the groove of stuff. They are. They are. And as we can see here, look,
Okay.
they have an out. They have an out.
Okay.
So they are actually getting back into the groove, even though they're probably their vibes is not there, but they are. Right? They are, and they are communicating. That's the goal of all this thing that is happening here this evening.
Okay, so Joe, what you're talking about is basically the punt. The punt from Schaefer. It was chased down by Jackson. Jackson overthrew to Stevens, and that caused a little discombobulation in the field. They did get it back together, but we have another run or another score on the board for the Knights. It's now 8-0.
Yes.
So probably the blood is pumping and flowing for the Broncos, but we have to make sure that we're doing what we need to do on defense. We need 1 more out, and then we need points on the board. We're in the top of the fourth, so there's still room for improvement. And so far, Zook has thrown down 1 ball. And she is pitching to Casey Fortner, who got a ground hit through the legs of Grace, stopped by White. White's going to give it up to Carpenter. And Fortner is going to make a single and sit tight at first base.
now up to bat for the Knights, Alyssa Farrar.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right, so in the batter's box right now for the Knights, we have number 44, Alyssa Farrar. She's a freshman pitcher from Charlotte, North Carolina. There's 1 strike on Farrar on behalf of Zook, and there are 2 outs by the Broncos. So that's going to be an easy hit straight to the pitcher. Calmly Zook's gonna give it up to Stevens, and that's gonna be their third out. All right, so here we go, getting into the bottom of the fourth. Score is 8 Knights, Broncos 0. We ended that inning with 2 runs, excuse me, that half of fourth with 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 player left on base. There's a little mix-up with the defense, with the defensive lineup here in the bottom of the fourth for the Broncos. It's gonna be Amanda Schaefer, and right. Cassie Fortner still at center. Rachel Swartwood still at left. Pinto's on third. Broadway's at shortstop. Amanda Schaefer's at second. Alyssa Farrar is at first base. Trujillo's still catching, and SK Brown is still pitching.
Every time I rap, I love the way I am. I will never switch. I'm the greatest entertainer since porno flicks. You moving groove to my funky tune. Party people, it's time to make room for your Mr. Big Stuff. Me, the mastermind of top dollar money better. Go get a designer, a fly girl lover, and a woman pleaser. Girls come to me, say, never let me please you. An incredible, overweight, honorable prince of poetry. That's why I'm so lovable. I got the knack to keep the fly girls shoving. 260 pounds of good loving. They all want me. Extra heavy. The more of the beat, the more the hits to squeeze. Got the juice to get it loose, make your old get up. You want to sweet? Give me your ring, Eddie D. You missed the big stuff.
Leading off the inning for the Broncos, number 17, Nikki Brown.
Up for the Broncos is number 17.
Next up to bat for the Broncos, number 12, Grace Vincent. Next up to bat for the Broncos, number 5, Michaela Jackson.
All right, so that is a strikeout from Michaela Jackson. Grace Vincent is on second base with a double. Alex White, left fielder, is stepping into the batter's box for the Broncos. There's one out. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. There's one out. Score is still 8-0. Two outs, excuse me. One strike up against Alex White. She's going to take a swing at it, get a piece of it. It's going to roll out of play. SK Brown making sure that she keeps her eyes on Grace Vincent. Alex White went down swinging. That's going to be 3 outs for the Knights. We're getting ready to head into the top of the fifth. Broncos about to get back on defense. We ended that inning with 0 runs, 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 player left on base. Back on defense for the Broncos. White in left field, Ingram in center, Brown in right, Michaela Jackson on third, Vincent at shortstop, Carpenter at second, Stevens at first, Mendoza's catching, Zook is pitching. Stepping into the batter's box first for the Knights is number 0, their pitcher, SK Brown. SK Brown has 2 and 2, 2 points, 2 RBIs.
Leading off this inning for the Knights, number 0, SK Brown.
All right, and at the top of the 5th inning is SK Brown stepping into the batter's box for the Knights. She has a count of 2 and 2 with 2 RBIs. Count for her so far from Zook is 1 ball, 1 strike.
Was a nice hit, but it was a lot of bounce.
Yes, it was. 1 ball, 2 strikes by SK Brown from Zook.
Nice shot.
Yeah, nice pop fly over to right field. Nikki Brown's going to take care of that. And that's going to be the first out here in the top of the 5th.
Next up to bat, number 24, Brittany Murray.
Right into the batter's box is third baseman Brittany Murray for the Knights. She's got 1 ball in her count from Zook. All right, counts now 2-0.
That
She's gonna
ball is out of bounds.
she's gonna get a piece of that, and it's gonna roll out of play.
Three balls, one strike for number 22, Zook.
All right, so we got a pop fly over second base. Ingram's gonna chase it down, give it up to Carpenter, but that's a single from Murray. And stepping into the batter's box next for the
Next up
Knights
to
is
bat,
number 52,
52, Stevie
designated
Holland.
hitter Stevie Holland. So far in the top of the fifth, score is 8-0. The Broncos have one out. That's too low for Holland. Grace misses the catch to be able to get the out. Brittany Murray stealing, running in from first base to second base. Brittany Murray's going to be safe until Holland's answer is to Zook. It's a strike from Zook. One ball, one strike. Mendoza getting situated. All right, so Mendoza's getting situated. She has a little dirt in her eyes, so the coach has walked on field taking care of her. Got to make that she is okay. Got to make sure that she's all right.
She is all
She's been
right.
doing very good this game. She's
Yes, she
had
has.
a home run in the first game. Guys, tune in and look out for those stats and results from the first game. But she had a home run in that game, and she did really well. And now she's catching for the pitches from Zook. All right, that's gonna be low. Holland dipping real low for that one for
One
the
ball.
Knights.
There's one ball, two strikes.
Mhm.
She got her strike with that low ball.
Yeah, she did. Be patient. You just gotta be patient sometimes. All right, so the count is now 2-2. Zook sending something down. Brittany Murray on second base.
Three ball, two strike.
Full count. Holland putting something behind it. Ingram's running in. She's going to catch it. Brittany Murray never moved. She's staying safe on second base. That's 2 outs for the Broncos. Great hit from Holland. Better catch from Ingram.
Next up to bat, number 21, Kiera Locklear.
All right, and right fielder stepping into the batter's box for the Knights. Wearing jersey number 21, Kiera Locklear.
One ball, one strike for Zook.
Mm-hmm. Too high for Locklear. It's gonna be a second ball. Locklear getting a piece of it. It's going right outside of play.
Next auto play again.
Almost exactly
The
where it
same
was.
play.
Right beforehand. All right. So the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brittany Murray trying to steal. They're gonna take. Oh, she's called for safe by the infield ump. Michaela Jackson must have just missed her. All right, so we got a ground hit from Locklear. They're going to get her out at first base. So we're going to head into the bottom of the fifth as the Knights take on defense. We finished that half of the inning with 0-1 runs, 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 player left on base.
As the rain is coming down, it's drizzling. Little drops. I know it's getting colder out there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how the players are feeling at this point in time.
Huh?
To see how
You don't know how the players feel?
The players are feeling at this point in time. As I'm bundled up here.
I know, right? I'm sure they probably pay a nice amount of dollars to be up here.
I know.
Well, actually, they love this.
Yes, that's true.
You know?
Sportsmanship.
They love this. Sacrifice, heart, loyalty to the game.
Yeah. I'm loyalty to heat. So who's pitching for the Knights? Number 0.
SK Brown.
Brown.
Yep.
Leading up this inning for the Broncos, number 7, Nia Brown.
All right, so we're at the start of the bottom of the fifth, and SK Brown has got her first out. Was grounded to shortstop. A hit from Stevens.
Up next for the Broncos.
Designated hitter,
Up to bat, number
Tamaya
1, Tamaya
Williams.
That was a hit ball. And she will walk. Walk to the first base. Up next for the Bronco is number
9.
Now up to
number
bat,
Mallory
9.
Carpenter.
number 9, Mallory Carpenter.
She's the second baseman. She's averaging 182.
Ooh, a little wide on that one.
A lot of wide.
And she's gonna take a chance.
And she's,
And she's
safe. All right, Tamaya Williams.
I think she's wanna put a score up on that board.
Oh, yeah. That's the type of tenacity that all the Broncos have to have,
Yes.
especially in this inning, because after this, you've only got two more.
Two more. Yep. Nice shot, but it may be out of.
It's an out.
It's out.
She fouled out to the right fielder. When I say she, I'm talking about Mallory Carpenter, averaging 182. That's going to be the first out for the Knights. And stepping into the batter's box next for the Broncos is Cheyenne Ingram, wearing jersey number 4, playing center field. She's averaging 364.
Up to bat for the Broncos, number 4, Cheyenne Ingram.
Nice shot. Straight down the middle. Straight down the middle. And that will be safe for the Broncos. First run to the home base.
All right.
First run to the home base. She took a chance, and she did it.
Absolutely. And that was Tamaya Williams running in, if I'm correct.
Now up to bat for the Broncos.
So she's going to put the first score on the board for the Broncos here in the bottom of the 5th. And it doesn't matter when it happens, just as long as it happens, right?
Yeah.
So the score is now 8-1.
One.
So we're going to go ahead into the 6th inning. If it had not been for that run by Samaya Williams, we would have had to conclude the game because of a mercy rule. All right, so we are about to see the Broncos take defense. But before that, I want to tell you guys what happened in that last half of the inning. We had 1 run, 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 player left on base. Tamaya Williams is the first Bronco to put a point on the board. So the score is now 8-1. We're at the top of the 6th, and the Broncos are getting ready to get on defense. Playing right field is Brown, center field Ingram, left field White. Jackson's on third base. Vincent is at shortstop. Carpenter's at second. Stevens is at first. Mendoza is still catching, and Ashlyn Zook is pitching. The first Knight to step into the batter's box is going to be left fielder Carolyn Ashley.
Number 2.
Mm-hmm. So how you feeling, Josanne? First softball game.
First ever.
First softball game. First softball game for the Broncos.
First.
Didn't know where Lamone Street was,
No
and now
idea.
we're here. You know, we had 2 classes today. How do you feel, Miss Josanne John Durant? How do you
good.
feel?
I feel good. I think this is the Bronco experience of actually looking at, first. It's a first for everything.
Yes.
I still
Yes.
don't really understand the softball game,
Uh-huh.
but I'm getting there. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the players, and I'm understanding first base, second base, third
Yes.
base,
Yes.
home run, catch. So this is my first time I'm picking up on those stuff because I still don't know the difference between baseball and softball. Is
Well-
it just because of the balls?
Yes,
or
ma'am.
that actually makes it?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
So the baseball is smaller
Okay.
and white. The
Oh,
softball
okay.
is a little bit bigger
And
yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
And of course the weight and all
Okay.
that. But I mean, it's really the same as that concept. It's just guys play baseball, and some females can too, and women play softball, or that is the official name for.
Oh, because it's a gender thing, are you saying?
Well, no.
No?
not-
Okay. You wouldn't want to call it the
No,
gender
no, no, I
then.
don't want
No.
to get into all that
Okay,
on
okay.
air, but this is softball.
Yeah.
That is baseball.
Okay.
And we're gonna get things rolling. We've got first out by Ashley with a pop fly straight into the hands of Carpenter.
Not
So,
safe.
so that's how you get things rolling in the top of the sixth inning by the Broncos. And next, in the batter's box for the Knights is Brennan Broadway. She's shortstop for the Knights. Her count is 2-3. She has 3 RBIs, a ground hit, and and she's gonna get one over to Michaela Jackson. She's gonna take care of business and give that to Nia Stevens, and that's another out for the Broncos. Nice for the Broncos. 2 outs, no errors.
Now to bat for the Knights, number 22, Amanda Schaefer.
All right, and Schaefer's going to step into the batter's box, the second baseman for the Knights. Her count is 0-1. She has an RBI. And so far, she is 1 ball from Zook.
Ooh,
She's got a ground hit right past Zook. It's going to go all the way out to Ingram. And Schaefer is going to take a breather on first base. She's the first Knight to make it to first base. There's already 2 outs here in the top of the sixth by the Broncos.
Now up to bat, number 12, Cassie Fortner.
Center fielder Fortner is stepping into the batter's box for the Knights. Her count is 0-3. She has an RBI for the Knights. She's got a ground hit. And they're going to calmly, from Grace to Carpenter, pass that and get Schaefer out at second. And that's going to be the 3rd out. And we're headed into the bottom of the 6th, Josanne. That was really quick. No errors. 3 up, 3 down. No points given up.
Nope. That's the best game I've seen from Bronco.
Best innings?
It's the best innings, yeah. It is. I wish it had started with that earlier on. But that was a good innings by the Bronco.
Well, they still have a little bit of time. So we'll get ready to go into the bottom of the 6th with the Knights on defense. We finished that half with 0 runs, 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 player left on base. In right field is Locklear. Fortner's at center field. Ashley's in the right field. Murray's on third. Broadway is at shortstop. Schaefer's on second. Farrar is at first base. Lucy Trujillo is still catching it. S.K. Brown is on the pitcher's mound. And the first Broncos to step in the batter's box for the Broncos is going to be right fielder Nikki Brown, who's averaging 364.
Leading up this inning for the Broncos, number 17, Nikki Brown.
Nice line drive from Nikki Brown over into right field. Locklear is going to pick that up and give that up to Broadway. And she did that with 3 balls. She's going to pump the brakes at first base.
Now up to bat for the Broncos, number 12, Grace Vincent.
I had my soda for the day at Mikasita. I can't have too much soda because I'm trying to slim up. All right, and so in the batter's box for the Broncos is shortstop Grace Vincent, averaging 273. Scores now 8-1. Tamaya Williams, the only Bronco to make it over the home plate for tonight. SK Brown. It's in too close for Grace. It's going to be 2 balls. 3 balls, excuse me. No strikes from SK Brown. Wow. Nice hit from Grace. It's going to be right out of play. All right, that's going to be a strike from SK Brown, and now the count is fully loaded, 3-2. Ooh. Grace is going to go down swinging. She's going to go ahead and run it out to first base. But that's going to be the first out for the Knights. And stepping into the batter's box next for the Broncos is going to be Michaela Jackson, third baseman, averaging 100.
Next up to bat, number 5, Michaela Jackson.
And that's Nikki Brown making it safely to third base. She was making tracks as Michaela was getting thrown out at first base, but they are making progress around the field. They now have a player on third base, and that could possibly turn into another point for the Broncos as Alex White steps into the batter's box. She's the left fielder for the Broncos. She's going to swing at that, and that's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike on Alex White. We've been talking about Alex White all game. She's a very determined player. She's been trying to get something to go for the Broncos. All right, and that's going to be the second out. Alex White singled to the catcher. And entering the right batter's box, batting left-handed, is Nia Stevens. She's averaging 143 for the Broncos. All right, so Josanne, we got Nikki Brown. She's on third base. We also got Alex White. She's on first. And Alex White is going to go for it. They got her pickling. Uh-oh. Wow.
She tried.
She did.
She did.
She did. And we were just talking about her determination. She's been trying to get on field all game, and she finally got there. So we get to see some good effort from her. It's pretty much what can you do when you're pickling between in between
Between
players, and they're able to
Yep.
throw the ball way faster than you are able to run.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't know if you noticed, but they bringing their whole team. Like their team just pretty much stacked up
Except
on each
me.
side to be able to juggle the ball around her. So, but the Broncos did score again. The score is now 8-2. We're headed into the top of the seventh. Broncos getting ready to take on defense. We ended that half of the inning with 0 runs, 2 hits, 0 errors, and 1 player left on base. First player to step into the batter's box for the Knights is going to be Alyssa Farrar. She's the first baseman.
Leading off the inning for the Knights, number 44, Alyssa Farrar.
Dang, I can't believe Alexis White went out like that, man. Alyssa Farrar getting a piece of it. Chased down by Jackson. She's going to get her out with a catch from Stevens. That's the first out for the Broncos. Next night to enter the batter's box is going to be S.K. Brown, the pitcher. S.K. Brown now has 2 balls, 0 strikes from Zook with 1 out. Nice.
Nice. That's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Another strike from Zook. 2 balls, 2 strikes right now. S.K. Brown in the batter's box for the Knights. She's going to strike out. Next to enter the batter's box for the Knights is going to be number 24, third baseman Brittany Murray.
24, Brittany Murray.
She's got a count of 1-1. She's got a single so far in the game.
One ball, 1 strike for number 22 for Broncos, Zook. It's a nice shot and a catch by number 17, Nikki Brown for the Broncos.
And so far for Ashlyn Zook, she has 6.2 innings pitched. She's gave up 9 hits. She has 8 runs, only 7 errors, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So Ashlyn Zook is doing pretty good
She
in
is.
this game. All right, and we actually cleaned that inning up with 0 runs, 0 hits, 0 errors, and 0 players left on base. So that was a very good inning for the Broncos as well. The Knights are getting ready to take field again. We've got the pretty much same lineup. Locklear's in the right, Fortner's in center, Ashley is on the left, Murray's third, Broadway is shortstop, Schaefer's second, Farrar's at first, Trujillo is still catching, SK Brown is back to pitch. The first Bronco to step into the batter's box is going to be the first baseman, Nia Stevens. She has an average of 143. We're here at the bottom of the 7th.
Back up to bat for the Broncos, number 7, Nia Stevens.
Wow, SK Brown has hit Nia Stevens in the right shoulder because I told you guys she is left-handed, so she's on the right batter's box. She's gonna go ahead and take a stroll down Broadway to first base.
Stroll to Broadway.
First base.
Up to bat, number 1, Tamaya Williams.
Okay. So that for SK is actually SK Brown actually the second Bronco to hit today. And we're gonna get another.
Tamaya Williams is in for the Broncos.
Yes, the designated hitter for the Broncos. Looks like she's trying to punt. And we've got the Knights defense closing in, so it's good to see that they're still up out there. She's got 2 strikes on her. She's going to swing at the third, and that's okay because Nia Stevens is still on first base. So the Knights have 1 out and stepping into the batter's box. Now for the Broncos is going to be Mallory Carpenter, the second baseman. She's 167 average. She's going to get a nice field hit over into right field to Kiera Locklear. And she's going to pump the brakes at first base. And Stevens is on second. So the Broncos picking up speed. They're moving with urgency now.
Yeah, they are. They want to make sure that scoreboard looks right.
Okay.
I know.
Can't be mad at that.
Up to bat, number 4,
Cheyenne Ingram stepping into the batter's box. Center fielder with 417 average, 2 and 3 count, and RBI for the game, a double. And it looks like she's going for a bunt as well. SK Brown is sent down 1 strike. And we got another bunt from Ingram. It's going to roll out of play, and that's going to be her second strike. Good connection, wrong direction from Miss Ingram. She's going to get another swing at it. Ooh. Way off from SK Brown. Stevens is going to make it a third safe. And Carpenter is right behind her on second. Ingram has 2 strikes and 1 ball against her from SK Brown, and she's going to get another piece of it, and it's going to go behind her, so she's going to have to try
I can
again.
see what she's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to make a play.
Yeah, she's trying to make room for Stevens and Carpenter, which is not a bad strategy at all. It's going to go over third base and left out of play.
1 ball, 2 strikes for the Knights.
All right, Ingram, SK Brown. It's a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stevens on third, Carpenter on second. Bottom of the 7th. Scores 8 Knights, 2 Broncos. Oh, we got a hit. Third player SK Brown has hit in today's game. And Ingram will run it out to first base. So now we have bases fully loaded by the Broncos. Madison Mendoza is stepping into the batter's box for the Broncos. Catcher averaging 100, 1-3 count.
Now up to bat, number 42, Madison Mendoza.
Okay, so I want to point out that Madison Mendoza is averaging 100. She's 1-3 at bat. We got some action going on. Stevens has made it home. Carpenter is now on third.
Now up to bat, number 17, Nikki Brown.
All right, so we had a reach from Mendoza. We had a runner batted in by Ingram. And Carpenter advanced to third, and Stevens scored for the Broncos. Nikki Brown is now in the batter's box. She plays right field. She's averaging 417. She's batting 1-3 in today's game.
Just a little bit too high
Mm-hmm.
for Miss Brown.
Nikki Brown's going to take a walk on Broadwalk. On Broadway. She's going to go down to first base. Mendoza's going to go to second. And we have bases fully loaded again. Grace Vincent is stepping into the batter's box with a 250 average. She's been 2-3 in the batter's box. And she's got a double play. Everybody's moving every time the ball is in the air. I love it. This is the bottom of the 7th, and the Broncos are showing some really tenacious moves. It's good to see. I mean, you don't want to see them just lay down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're only down 5. Bases are fully loaded. I think they got a good chance here. Ooh, Grace reaching for that. That's going to be a strikeout.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And
that's going to be ball game.
Yep.
Knights taking it home. Knights 8. All the way from Laurinburg, North Carolina. St. Andrews Knights 8. Fayetteville State University Broncos 3. Home opener. First game here at Lamone Street. We got to see some really good plays, but they are going to go home defeated by the Knights. Josanne's first time ever seeing softball, ever calling softball, and I appreciate you for joining me today.
Hi, no problem.
I'm Kiana Smith. I'm here with Josanne, John Durant. You are tuned into FSU Broncos Sports Network. The next time they play, the next game is going to be against Benedict at Benedict at 1 and 3 p.m. So until next time, y'all have a very good night. Excuse me, correction. The game is moved to Thursday against Benedict.